water after Melissa. Williamsfield drawing curious crowds as a huge pond forms, swallowing buildings and roads.
Water rising in Williamsfield, Manchester, and buildings still submerged. The post-Melissa phenomenon attracting sightseers.
Yeah, man, so hear me, I say, when I follow me on TikTok, I want monster, man.
I'm just here, enjoying the beautiful view and looking at the water,
And a lot of people are coming on a regular basis to just check it out.
Every day.
People just pull up in cars and get out and look at the water.
If 5 cars leave right now, I believe 10 cars is coming back.
Has anybody ventured out on the water in like a canoe or a boat? But there are no boats around here.
Only some JDF officer. They went and rescued a dog and a house stuff over there.
I've seen this happen possibly about 3 or 4 times now, but it had never gotten to the stage where you can enter into Kirkmine.
Edwin Gale, a retired bauxite worker.
The road itself is more than 6 feet of water lying there because the wall that is entrance to the Kirkmine mines is about 6 feet tall, and you notice that you can't see the wall. Right now, this is where the Jamaica is drawing backside from Mile Gully, which is about 5-6 miles from here. So they used to traverse here. Right now the trucks can't go through here. The trucks have to be diverted and going through the Kirkmine plant and then come out on the other side of the water here.
So Manchester not spared, but roofs and roads still intact. Vegetation mostly unaffected. Some may not have had water or electricity restored, but relieved to have escaped the worst.
Not as bad, but it was awful. I live in the Mandeville area, and we got rain almost 2 days straight, 2 nights. It was sleepless nights. So it was awful, but when we get out of that and when we get down into places like St. Elizabeth, when I wandered my way and got there on the Friday, I have to tell myself nothing happened to us. Places like Balaclava, Silo, Taunton, right up into a compound retirement, Eldersley, Giantwood, Magotty. If you don't see it, it's not something that you can describe for people to understand. Even section of the Appleton factory roof has collapsed. And when you look, there is a 2-kilometer road that will alley a place named Raheen. And when you look about 2 to 3 kilometers, and most of the GPS poles there are concrete, and all of them were lying flat. They were lying, in what used to be cane field, because there will be no more cane in that area because all of that area is underwater. Is that.
How long is it going to take for this water to recede or to, redirect it? What's going to happen here?
I don't know, because the water table is so high. And this is the first time I've ever seen it got to this level where it is flowing over on this side now and rising over, further away from us on the other side. Because this has nowhere to go. Unless the aquifer goes down, there's nowhere for the water to go. You can imagine these people possibly would have rebuilt a couple of years ago, not expecting anything like that to come again. Some of these roofs possibly have not recovered from burial. So you can imagine what is happening.
Look at them now.
Look at them now.
Among the curious at the water's edge Tuesday was Jennifer Lee, who, along with her son, operates a funeral home near Christiana.
We have a morgue where we have a certified embalmer come in and embalm the bodies. We depend on generator now. We have been taking up more bodies than the usual.
Can you say how many?
We have like 15, 18, and we had at the morgue before that. So as I speak now, I have over 45 now.
Lee often called upon to bear witness to grief and show empathy.
2 days ago, we had a very sad situation where there was no road access. People tried to get loved ones out at the hospital, and they died en route to the hospital. The wife was crying, the children were crying. It was really heartrending.
How do you cope with that? I mean, what sort of comfort can you offer?
To be honest, you let them know that you have been trying. You have tried your best. You are en route to seek medical attention. And you always say to them, just go back to the lifestyle from your childhood days and the type of person your parent was.
What does it take to work in the funeral home mortician business?
Well, I'm not a mortician, but while the mortician is at work, I always go through and look. You have got to have strong stomach. You have to be very courageous. You can't be fearful, because even sometime late at nights, you have to go down, make sure the bodies they are quite safe, quite secure.
We are conducting dipping and larval samplings, and hence we are checking to identify if there's any larval population for mosquito.
Tests so far showing no signs of the mosquito responsible for dengue or chick-V. The authorities also sure to be vigilant in the face of any threat of cholera due to contaminated water. When you see this, what strikes you?
We've never seen anything like this before. Manchester is known to have several riverheads, but we've never had water surface like this. We've had water surface before, small puddles, small streams, but never anything like this.
So what's the concern when you see something like this? They're checking for mosquitoes. There are all sorts of problems that poses. What other concerns might you have?
Well, no, we have to be looking at the shifting of the land because, as you can see, houses are now submerged, properly submerged. We don't know to the magnitude of what the water is surfacing to the land. As you can see, this road is now impassable, but it has also traversed into other areas where the water is steadily rising. So, now we are having to look at, persons that are living in these areas, which was never considered as low-lying areas or areas that are prone to flooding. But now we're seeing this situation where, it's really escalating into a major issue.
Building and where it's permitted despite the obvious dangers, again brought into sharp focus by Melissa, along with the possible impact of bauxite mining in these parts.
I would love if the authorities could say, when we do floodplain mapping and disaster planning and town planning, somewhere like this, you never let any other citizen go back there to live. It's not easy because Jamaicans are strong-minded, but we'll have to use the strong wave of leadership, of responsible leadership, that nobody builds here anymore. The other thing in my mind is, with the whole matter of commercial operations, bauxite mining and so on, I'm wondering if some sinkholes were blocked up, but I'll leave that to the engineers to figure out.
Michael Davis here to try to get his uncle to relocate.
Personally, I think like the company, whatever mining them do before and disturb the riverhead, they should find a way to resolve that. Then they can get back to the real reality of life and nature. You understand what I say?
You think part of the responsibility of whatever happens here to normalize the situation, the company should get involved in that. They should have to pick up the cost.
They are part of the problem.
Nothing yet to suggest that that's in fact the case.
Just like the elder mentioned before, most of the place where people live now, we're not supposed to live there.
So you think your uncle is going to listen to you and he's going to move out of here?
He's gonna move.
When?
Well, the latest tomorrow.